I'm Caron Gordon, as you know by now. Tonight I'm going to be talking a little with you about wormwood. As is my disclaimer, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm an alternative medicine student. I love what I do. I thoroughly enjoy this program, which for me is coming to a close, at least one aspect of it. So here I have with me this evening my bag of wormwood. This one I got from Star Botanical. That's where I usually get it. Non-GMO, which is important when you're purchasing your organic products. Your tinctures, your herbs, make sure that the products they use to make your supplements, or the ones that you use if you're making your own supplements, make sure that they are non-GMO products. So I'm just going to tell you a little about the wormwood, and I'm sure this is not new to a lot of you who are listening, but sometimes, you know, we forget about some of the herbs and the way we should, or the way we usually treat ourselves. Now, the wormwood has been known for many years to help with digestive disorders, and some of the disorders are like bloating. If you're having complaints about bloating, vomiting, flatulence, indigestion, GERD, peptic ulcers, celiac disease, and yeah, so these are just a few of the digestive disorders that the wormwood is very useful to treat. Understand that it stimulates the digestive tract, and that is important. It's also very good because from it you have the bitterish taste, which the liver loves, because we have to produce bile, which is very important. All right, even though, and I just say this, I just drop this here, there are some people who are coffee lovers, and it is good like anything else, but everything has to be done in moderation or with balance, because too much coffee again can cause something they call peristalsis, which is where you have an involuntary contraction and relaxation of the intestine, right? So then you will start having like loose stool. So be very careful with excess use of caffeine. All right, another thing we must understand when we're talking about digesting our food and persons troubling with indigestion, two points I want to make. Chew your food a lot, at least 33 times before swallowing. It's a practice. It takes a little discipline if you haven't been doing so, but start practicing to do that. So you want to chew and chew and chew as much as possible before swallowing your food. Don't eat in a hurry. And the next thing you want to practice is not to be drinking cold drink or water when you're eating. Understand that the cold drink is going to cool down the stomach acid, and because when we cool it down, we're not able to digest our food. We need that acid to break up the food and to really help us to digest it. So it's not a good practice. This is why when you go to like the restaurants, they'll offer you tea or something warm to drink before you are presented with your meal. You do not want to slow down your stomach acid. So that's one of the reasons some people struggle with indigestion, and we just drink, oh, we need a drink, the food is hot, we need something cold. No, it's not a good practice. All right, so you want to have room temperature water if you must drink, or something warm. All right, so now some other digestive disorders, some of the other disorders that the wormwood will help to treat is anemia, candida. You're talking about yeast or candida, very good. Liver disease, remember that the liver loves bitters, it really loves bitters. Tapeworm, biliousness, bad breath. Again, a lot of time persons have bad breath. It's because they're dealing with what's happening in the intestine. A lot of rotten stuff inside the intestine. You're talking about having worms and stuff, and there's not much cleansing taking place, and there's an overgrowth of bacteria, and then you're able to smell that on the breath. So doing these cleanses and stuff with like our wormwood is very, very important. Arthritis pains, gallbladder disease. Again, the gallbladder helps the liver, and the liver loves bitters. So again, it really helps with gallbladder diseases. Rheumatism, it helps to lower blood sugar levels. It helps to lower inflammation. It helps with menstrual disorders, fevers, flus, muscle spasm, of course, and pains. It is great if you combine it with agrimony. Also, you can combine it with vinegar and with chamomile for your stomach disorders. All right, it is known over the years to stimulate the uterus. So for women, the uterus will thank you for having a cup of wormwood tea as often as you can. Now, understand, even though I say often, you do not want to be taking bitters in excess, because if you take too much, you're going to have a diarrhea, and it doesn't matter. Once you're drinking too much, you have to just do in moderation, because an excess is going to cause diarrhea. It is rich in tannins, vitamin C, phenolic acid, resins, and flavonoids. And remember, you want to be very moderate in the way you take it. You can use it to make your tinctures, which I've talked about how we made the tinctures in other videos, or you can use it for your teas. So again, start enjoying your cleanses. This is just one of the ways that you can cleanse your intestine from parasites and from bacteria. It also helps with your stomach acids and juices, and also it helps to, stimulate the intestines for better digestion. So if you haven't yet ordered, or if you haven't been trying the wormwood, I'd love to encourage you to do so. Have a wonderful evening.